That's right. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Hi, I'm Chris Bettine.
And I'm Christina Rinderly, and welcome to a round in Durango. Today we're at Carvers Brewing Company, and we're going to meet with Bill Carver, co-owner of the brewery. How are things going?
They're going great, yeah. Good summer so far.
You are synonymous with philanthropy in our community, and that was probably a decision early on.
I don't know, I just felt like Durango really supported us back in the day, so I feel like that's just kind of completing the circle. And we support a lot of different good community events and organizations. And we have a thing amongst the brewers, really it's locally, state, and nationally. We call it cooperation, where we're competitors, but we also like trade ingredients. Like when Wincoop first opened, I would run yeast up to there, our lager yeast, because I had a little microbiology lab up here. You know, we trade yeast, so we both had better selection of beers on tap. Because back then you couldn't buy like pitching quantities of yeast, you could only buy slants. So you'd grow it up in petri dishes, you know, transfer it, grow it up until you could pitch it into the full batch.
Oh, that's awesome. And so then you'd share amongst the different brewers in the state, and that's how everybody kind of got going.
That's how we got going, awesome. And it still continues today amongst the brewers in town.
I know, that's great. And you have that philanthropically with the Bootleggers.
We do.
Right?
We have this Bootleggers Association, which is a philanthropic arm of all the breweries. So let's say you want beer for Oktoberfest and you want all the breweries to participate, you can go to one source to get, you know, a more uniform answer from everybody on how to support events, which we tend to say yes to here in Durango, and our business. Yeah, Durango's changed a lot. Back in the day when Christina worked here,
that's true.
I don't know, late 90s.
It was 99, and that was, I moved to Durango in October 99, and I was working for an environmental consulting company and needed to fill in some income, do in the true Durango fashion, and came in here for breakfast, and you guys were hiring, and it was the best decision I ever made. I feel like I met some of my best friends to this day.
Right.
Are people I worked with.
That's amazing. But was she a good employee? I guess that's what I really want to know.
Well, let's talk about those hippie dippy days, right? Like Durango was different then. Like,
it's true.
We had this bench out in front of Carvers.
I remember the bench.
This kind of, you know, kind of colloquially known as the Groot W bench, and you know, everybody and their dog would hang out there, and the rainbow people, and it was different. Durango was laid back. It still is, but it was like more hippie-ish back then.
Yeah, and you couldn't get away with this suit in Durango at that time.
In fact, if someone came in wearing that, we knew a bank was about to go under, or there was an audit going on somewhere in town, and it's like, what's up? Whoa! What's up with the guy in the suit?
Well, just for the record, I used to wear Birkenstocks when I came in here back then, and drink your beers right when I turned 21 when it was legal.
So here's to evolving with Durango, right? Like, you know, we all have kind of grown up.
Yeah,
that's
and
true.
so is Durango,
That's true.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Well, tell us a little bit about the efforts you've made in the community. I know the Powerhouse is near and dear to your heart.
Yeah, the Powerhouse, it had been built in 1893, so it's the very first steam-powered AC plant. We're the cradle of electricity.
That's
here
really cool.
Yeah,
in San Juan.
That's an amazing.
In fact, that was right during the AC/DC wars between Edison and Westinghouse.
Yeah.
It's the same year Niagara Falls decided to build AC, and that really ended the AC/DC wars.
Until that you built that, I didn't know about the AC/DC wars. I thought that was like AC/DC versus Judas Priest, but then you guys, you know,
rock and roll.
Edified me. Yeah. But now it's a science museum and children's museum and all of those
so
other
that
things.
history continued on till 72 when little power plants became inefficient due to the grid. And then it was abandoned, and they were looking at knocking it down. So in the year 2000, we asked City Council if we could take a shot at raising money. So I chaired the capital campaign. We raised about $7 million, about $5 million in cash, and we transformed that beautiful 2+ acre site into really a public use facility. It's now on the state and federal historic registers.
I don't know if it's recognized enough, but we certainly do recognize your efforts in the community and always have. Thank you.
Yeah, you bet.
Chris and I have a passion for Durango and all the local organizations that help make it such a special place. We'd love to share that passion with you and hopefully inspire you to get out and get involved in our community and have as many rounds as possible around town.
We'll see you next time for another Around in Durango.